get this
You
going.
know, get clicking, buddy.
And,
Click those buttons, my friend.
keep going.
All right, we got Marty Juilliard.
Yeah, and Dave Colt.
And we got Nick Morocco from the Detroit Rock City
And
Music.
we're here with Token Live.
The Token Lounge talking.
Token Live.
That's right on.
I don't know about talk stuff.
Well, we're
Is
gonna
that the
talk.
name of
That's
the
what
show?
it's all about, Junior.
Is that the name of the show?
Token Live.
Token Live.
Token Live.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
so
we, anyhow,
Nick Morocco from
from Detroit Rock City.
From Rock City Music Company.
City Music.
Don't say Detroit Rock City. I'll
Okay.
get
Rock
cease
City.
and
I know.
desist.
It's funny because when I
We
pull
don't
up to
have
the
pay
store,
anybody anything.
when I pull up to the store, I always think about that and I go, "How did he choose that name?"
Well, of course.
That's a good question. Let's go
Right
with
on.
that as a first question.
First question. Well, I have a tattoo of Peter Criss on my
I see that.
on my arm, so
Nice
that
one.
should tell you. Yeah, I mean, obviously
Yeah.
it's a nod to the four gents in Kiss.
Yeah.
They're a huge influence on me, but
And Ace, God rest his soul, was
Yeah.
supposed to be here
Yes.
on
Halloween.
the night before,
Yeah,
Devil's
right.
Night. And,
Yeah, that's right.
He's been here several times. I've seen him here several times, and you can't walk
Yes,
inside this place when he's here.
as it should be.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
So that's it's a cool reason why,
Yeah.
there's always a reason for things.
I tell
Well-
people all the time. I mean, I wouldn't be who I am without the Kiss influence. You know.
Right on. For
Well-
you and me both.
Yeah.
I was 13. I'm 64, so
I'm 35.
yeah. So I was around when it started.
Yes.
I'm 29.
Yeah, and you look great.
Yeah.
You don't look a day over 28,
You can tell
Colt.
by the
It's
haircut.
amazing.
Hey, they
know,
put my
the-
picture on a postage stamp and no one would lick it.
No, it was on a wanted poster.
Yeah, right.
I do have one of those in the bathroom upstairs in my
It
house.
was a wanted poster.
Hey, Nick, let's go back to something because I want to go back to the early beginnings of Nick.
Yeah.
What I know your dad, Tony, was a drummer,
No, guitar player.
a guitar player. Okay.
Tony was a guitar player.
How did you get to be a drummer?
Okay, so I started on guitar, and my dad was a phenomenal guitar player, and that was intimidating as a young kid. Playing guitar takes a lot of discipline. Where I feel like beating on drums, you can kind of, if you've got it in you, you can figure that out. So. But I have a lineage of great drummers too. Steve Fernino is my uncle, and Fred Schmidt from Muggsy's his uncle. So I had that influence around me as well. My Uncle Steve was over all the time, and I just my dad and he would record demos and stuff together, and Steve would bring drums over, and he'd leave his kit set up, and I'd kind of sneak down to the basement and just start messing around, and then he would sit with me and go, okay, try this, and that kind of put me on the path. I just always felt more comfortable behind a drum kit than I did guitar or
Guitar in
bass.
your hand.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
That's a
And-
cool story.
yeah.
Well, I remember when I was when Dave Goldsworthy opened up the Blues Airman
Yes.
store, and you were working there.
Yeah.
That's when I first really got to know you.
Yeah.
You were just a youngster too.
16. Dave gave me that job when I was 16. I was working in a restaurant prior to that, and it was miserable. I hated it.
Greasy.
And yeah, terrible. Yeah, I was washing dishes. I mean, it sucked.
I've been there.
and I wanted to do something
12.
involving music,
Yeah.
and I begged Drew, his son. I didn't know Dave that well at the time, but I begged Drew. I said, please tell your dad, let me get a job. And small business and stuff. Dave didn't have a huge budget for
Right.
help, and he said, okay, I'll give you 1 day a week. You can work on Saturday. And that's kind of where it started. I got to be around great people like Dave and Mitch Manns and Chris White and Gary
Oh,
Modlinski.
man.
These guys that were fantastic musicians and great people. And that really put me on that path. I worked with Dave for almost 5 years, and then he decided he wanted to retire. He wanted to do something else. And I said, well, what if I bought the shop? And Dave, anybody that knows Dave, was like, well, are you sure? Are you sure you want to make that mistake? and we worked it out, with the help of my dad and my grandfather. I was able to do that. And,
Right.
And there I was for 5 years there,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
we
right.
moved to Livonia.
I bought many guitars out of there
Yes,
from
you-
you and Dave.
Yes.
And sold a bunch. You
Yes.
sold a bunch of guitars in Europe for me and stuff.
Yep.
I remember that red, white, and blue 12-string I had. I wish I had it back again.
I talk about that guitar all the time because there was such a cool story with that. I mean, I think we
Yeah,
were
yeah.
convinced that they painted that for Buck Owens.
They did, and I talked to the people at Fender, and they said they had that done because they were in the transmission between CBS and Leo Fender,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually sent the body and the neck down to a body shop down the street.
Yeah.
And I think it was Corona when they first
Yeah,
CBS got
yeah.
it, and they sent it down, and these body shop guys came up with the pinstriping and all that stuff that were on there. and
It's
that's how they-
incredible.
Yeah.
There's so many guitars in the 15, 16 years I've been doing this that have passed through my hands, almost 20 years, I'm sorry, that have passed through my hands that I wish I still had. That's one of them.
And how about that Zoot suit that I
Yes.
had? That Rainbow SG?
The
That was
SG,
a
yeah.
beautiful guitar. That one I think you sold overseas.
It went to Sweden, yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Thank goodness. I saw one on a guitar show yesterday.
So you know who the band was that we played on the intro.
Well, I know the people in it.
Right.
That's the first time I've heard it, but
And
it's
the name
really
of the
good.
band.
Yeah, it's God's Made Love, right?
And I forgot the name of the song though.
Oh, Randy Peevler was a
What-
bass
what did
player.
you say
So.
there?
I've played many a
Maybe
gig with Randy
or,
Peevler.
Trash Talk, one of the two. We played for you in the beginning, and
Yeah.
we'll play another one.
Great stuff.
Maybe
We
during.
will get some of your stuff in there. I think
Yeah.
you did some CDs with Dave Goldsworthy's son.
Yes, yeah. Well, yeah, we did some recording, and yeah, that's right.
Did those proceeds go towards the autism, the school of autism?
Yes, yes. So that kind of came from Dave and I kind of worked together on that to, Ryan, his son, his middle son, has autism.
Yes.
And he, right around the time I started working there, is kind of when he gravitated to being a guitar player. And he would just grab stuff off the wall, and he had an ear where he could hear something one time
And
and
pick it right up.
boom,
a lot of autistic children can do that.
Yes, and Ryan was amazing, and obviously, again, great lineage from his dad and from his brother. And I kind of, along with Ryan, he really wanted to get on stage, and he wanted to play, and he wanted to play Judas Priest songs and Kiss songs and Iron Maiden songs. And the first thing we did was we kind of assembled a band, me and his older brother Drew and Ryan. We called it the Ryan Goldsworthy Orchestra, and we played.
Three-piece?
Yes, well, and Joe, the legendary Joe Tubal from Ugly, actually fronted the band. We did a couple songs at Ryan's talent show, and the kids loved it, and that kind of put us on this trajectory where we worked together to do like a Rock for Autism in Garden City Park. We had a day-long thing, a bunch of bands involved in that. We raised money for Berger School of Autism, and we went back there, myself, Dave, and Randy played a gig as Blues Airmen at it was an assembly that they brought all the kids in, and we did like an hour and a half set, and the
Wonderful.
kids
What
loved
was
it.
the name
Yeah.
of the school again?
Berger School for Autism. I don't think it's there anymore. I think
No, but it was right in Garden City.
It was right in Garden City, yeah.
Because
But
I say Don Nicholson. I don't know if you know who he is.
I don't know
But
Don.
he had a son that went there. Matter of fact, his son just passed away just recently too.
It was an incredible
And
facility, yeah.
I did the Challenger division in Little League
Mm-hmm.
for all the mentally and physically challenged kids, and we loved it.
Yeah.
And they never forget us, and there's so much involved in it. Had so much fun.
I went to the autistic thing one time, and it was at the old West High School.
Oh, yeah, but was that at Garden City High?
Well, it was West High School is now part of Schoolcraft College.
Okay,
Right, but they were on that campus. They had something going on there.
Okay.
I remember going there.
gotcha.
But-
Yeah, the Rock for Autism thing carried on for a couple of years. I know Brett Hoderak and his family, who was a friend of Ryan's, they had kind of taken it over, and they were continuing it. So I think for a few years there, we raised over $10,000 for that
That's
school.
awesome.
So it was great.
That's great, man.
So-
It was lucky I was in the business as an audio engineer, and I made a few phone calls when I ran the Challenger division, and got a few stars to donate.
Yeah.
Nice checks. And Garth Brooks sent me $1,000.
Nice.
And
Oh, that's cool.
It was always, and the dudes freaked out at the Little League. They're going,
Yeah.
"This is from Garth Brooks."
It's a real Garth Brooks check, yeah. Garth seems like good
guys in
people.
low places. What the-
Yeah. Apparently he knows people in high places too.
So that was really cool, and it was always, I made sure that none of their family had to pay anything.
Yeah.
You know, and they could just. I had a partner for each kid in the field.
Yeah.
And they could just parents could just sit back for a couple hours and just relax and
Yeah.
enjoy the show. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I made a fool of myself by saying, being a pitcher, pitching like
Yeah.
I was going to hit, and all the kids would be going, Marty's got a big butt, or pitcher's got a big butt, and it was just
And the
great.
kids love
It was
that.
great.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
fun.
that was the great thing with the music is that like it's such a communicative thing.
Yes, to
You-
everybody, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like they just would just gravitate towards it. They loved seeing the performances. They loved seeing Ryan up there.
Yep.
And it was just a great thing to do because unfortunately
he had to be the star, man.
totally. Oh yeah, and Ryan's a
Yeah, yeah,
rock
yeah.
god. I mean, he really is.
And the kids in school, they're like,
Yes.
yeah, I'm his friend.
And Ryan, Ryan has gone on to. We still play in a band together. We play in a metal tribute called Denim and Leather that we only do a couple times a year, but we've played here at the Token many a times with Y&T and Seduce and I mean
And
tons of
John-
people.
John,
but
John would let you do anything.
absolutely, no, John's great. But
Yeah.
but Ryan has a very successful career. He plays guitar in the Ruiners. Along with Josh Wazinski, who was somebody that went to Berger. So they've really grown to be
And that's awesome.
part of the Detroit rock scene,
Yeah.
and I'm always very grateful that I was able to help those guys do that.
All right, maybe we should get him on one of those shows.
You should. Those guys got stories for days.
Yeah.
Right now, we're talking with Nick Morocco from the Token Lounge, and he is the owner of Rock City Music. It's actually in Farmington, but he's very popular in the Detroit area with
Yes.
people. But what we wanted to touch on, we're touching on some of the things that Nick's done since he acquired the Blues Airman guitars and then got involved in some music around town and with the old past owners' sons and stuff. But we wanted to touch on a few things towards your new store,
Yeah.
which is Rock City Music.
Just celebrated 10 years.
10 years you've
10
been there
years
now.
at Rock
I remember
City.
when it opened, dude. It was awesome.
Yes.
You guys were moving stuff there
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Right.
It
And
was-
then you got your endorsement, your Fender, and I'm going, man, you're moving up, Nick. Good
Yeah.
for you.
You got
Thank
an
you.
address? You got a phone number?
Yeah, got an address, 33425 5 Mile Road, Livonia, Michigan, right on the corner of 5 Mile and Farmington, right across from Bates, if you're familiar.
Bates Burgers.
Gotta have Bates.
Yeah.
So we're right across the street from there. Phone number 734-744-5462. And you can check us out at rockcitymusicco.com.
We'll say it again.
No,
We'll
we'll
say it
move.
again towards the end.
I
I want to
got
say
the-
I bought, I don't know how many guitars from
Oh,
you already
God,
from
man.
that store. I bought a couple that I took, I didn't like them, so I traded them back in and bought the Tom DeLonge, which I love
Yes,
that.
yeah.
Just a yellow strap with a
We've
ball.
done a lot of business together in 20
amps and
years.
stuff. I still
Yeah.
have the amps I bought from Blues Airman, both of them. I have, and I took them to Zinc, and he retuned them all and recapped them all. And they
Zink's the
sound great.
king, man.
Oh, man, Dr. Zink.
He's the best.
But I wanted to touch on something
Yeah.
here I got written down, and that Marty said he would have loved to have been there, but it was Geddy Lee and Alice Cooper and the guys you've had.
Yeah.
How many popular people have you had there?
So we've done over 60 events
No
in the
kidding.
10 years. We've, like you mentioned, Geddy Lee, Alice Cooper's been there twice. We've had Blackberry Smoke multiple times. Steve Gorman of the Black Crowes, Gary Holt from Slayer, Dee Snider from
Oh, no
Twisted
kidding.
Sister,
Love Dee Snider.
Butch Walker, who's a super successful producer and songwriter, came in and did a live performance. Buck Cherry.
No kidding.
Yeah, trying to think who else. The Super
list-
Suckers, the Struts, who are now a huge band. The Struts came in 2018. Satchel from Steel Panther. We've done a lot. It's been super cool. Last year we had Bootsy Collins.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, which was
Now,
amazing.
Are these all promotionals that help not only the store but help the artist too?
Yeah. So they're usually synced up with whether they have a new album coming out or a product of some kind. Like when D came in, he had a new book that he had just written that had come out.
Did he give you a copy?
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. D was great, man.
He seems like a great guy.
Yeah, amazing guy.
Yeah, very
he's
smart man, too.
Very
Really
smart.
nice.
But here's the great thing, and everybody we've had has been phenomenal to work with and everything, and a true honor to have all of these people and work with them. But the thing that always sticks out to me about D, we had a packed house. There was 300 people there, and he signed autographs and took pictures for 4.5 hours.
No
and he had
kidding.
the same energy that he did for the first person that he did for the last person.
awesome, man.
And just
You could just
good
tell. You could just
person.
Tell the guy, you know what
He
he
lo-
does
well, he
and what
loves
he's
it.
Yeah.
about,
Yeah.
and he loves his fans, you know,
Yeah.
more than anything in the world.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, I was back with SMF, you know, back with
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
back in the early days of Twisted Sister, you know, seen them at the Fox Theater where they had a stage where it looked like it was an alley scene. You
Yeah.
know, the car, they popped out of the hood.
They're one of those. I never got to see Twisted Sister,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I would have loved to have seen
they were
them in all their glory.
Yeah, they were something. And you know, they got real famous with something in Great Britain.
Yeah.
You know, where some of their stuff started.
Yeah.
Before it came here, you know, and they were awesome. I mean, every time
Great
I ever
band.
got to see them, man, what a show, you know.
Great band.
Yeah, and he was like a front man, you know, deluxe.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
Like he's shot out of a cannon. Yeah, that's
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
he's
didn't
one of a
stop.
kind.
He didn't stop, you know.
Yep.
Yeah,
He came out at the same time, you know, with the Stephen Piercy and the Quiet Riot,
yeah,
and
all
and
those
all
guys.
that late
Rat,
'80s.
everything.
It was
Yep.
kicking, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just all it took was just a right look and the right sound, and his voice I thought was great.
Dee's got a great voice.
And
Yeah, he does.
that was at the time I was at Harpo's as the monitor engineer. So we were getting all them new bands, Heavy Petting and all, you know, Rat and all them
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
before they skyrocketed to do, you know, Joe Louis or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, which was really cool because then you could always call them up, hey, remember me? I was the monitor guy at Harpo's.
Yeah. How can they forget?
Harpo's
Can I
are smaller,
come to
the
your
token
show?
lounge like this, and Harpo's are smaller venues, and they're easier to talk to the people.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember when Tom was with Tom Farley or Tom Ingham in Plow.
Yeah.
And we opened for Quiet Riot.
I always forget you were in
Oxbow Lake
Plow.
Roadhouse, and it burnt down.
But it wasn't hard to forget him. You know.
No, I forgot you were in Plow though with Tom
Oh
Ingham.
yeah, that was a good time, man.
I really enjoyed mixing those guys.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they were loud. I was louder.
Yeah. That's
So-
good. That's the kind of
Yeah,
sound
yeah,
guy you
had
want.
to. You had to. It's the only way it would work, you know?
I remember being down at the Fox Theater, and I brought this up to your attention earlier. And no sooner did I walk in the front door, there's Nick, and he's got all the Gretsch guitars laid out, and from for advertising for Gretsch and
Yeah.
his store, and you had that cutout of Brian Setzer.
Yes. Well, so that was something actually that Setzer had brought to Gretsch. He
Oh, no
said, "Why
kidding.
don't we have, a display at all of the orchestra shows?" Because not to slag on Gretsch, but they're not always the easiest guitars to find. You know, they're very specific about who carries them and such. And Brian at the time had a full line of guitars, the Hot Rod series and his stage models and such. So he really wanted to bring a focus to that line. So what they were doing is each town that they would go to, they would have whoever was the Gretsch elite dealer at the time
Right.
set up, and you could sell the guitars. You could hand
Nope.
things out for the
I
store.
should have bought one from
You should have.
We still can.
I know it.
He made Gretsch come back.
Absolutely,
You know?
yeah.
I mean, even me seeing him playing one, I'd always say, wow, that's really cool, man. That green is really awesome. That color,
those are
Yeah.
cool.
They're
guitars,
amazing,
man.
yeah.
And who else but Brian Setzer? I mean, because he's got that clean sound, and
Yeah.
he uses the Bigsby on it. And
Totally.
the guys.
I like watching the bass player in that.
Oh,
band.
the whole band, the whole orchestra.
Yeah.
Even the drummer. I mean, standing and doing his thing.
Yeah,
Yo, they're
you see
Stray
the
Cats, yeah.
orchestra, man, and they stand up, and the guys are going, "Everybody rock!" or something.
Yes,
like that.
yeah,
And then
right.
They get back, and the sax is kicking.
It's a show too. Yeah,
Man, that gives me goosebumps because I've seen a
yeah.
Christmas show a lot of times.
That stuff, I didn't used to have an appreciation for it. And then when I got into the Twists and Tarantulas, I had to kind of get an appreciation for it because that's what it's rooted in, But you don't realize that stuff because it sounds so simplistic.
Oh, yeah.
How difficult it really is
Oh, it
to
is.
do it the right way. It's like AC/DC or something where you go,
yeah.
oh, well, it's this, but for it to sound like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to do it the right way, and that's the rockabilly stuff is really incredible.
I was just playing bass a little bit. I called you about to talk about a P bass, which
Yeah.
I did get one,
Oh,
but we
we
had to
sent
send
it
it
back.
back.
It was terrible.
The case was smashed.
Where'd you get it from?
Reverb,
Yeah,
through
Reverb.
Reverb.
But it was an American-made.
Yeah.
Ultra.
Ultra.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a beautiful.
They
bass.
didn't pack it good then.
Yeah.
Well, something happened. It got dropped, and it screwed the electronics up inside because he was headed to his house. We're playing it. everything was a
Crazy,
crackly
man.
mess. I go, and then what we do is I hit an open E, and I'd go to the F, and there was no difference. And
Yeah. Same,
I go,
note, same
Marty,
Good setup.
you got to take this guitar.
Yeah, good setup.
What was the one I bought though?
You bought a Schecter
Schecter.
with the naked lady
With the
inlays.
Lady inlays from a lady. From a lady.
Yeah, she
right?
was. She worked at
A
Ford
pretty
Motor
hot
Company.
lady too. Yeah.
Yeah, she was from Ford Motor Company. She's a pipe fitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 years at Ford. Good for her.
How long you been at Ford, Dave?
I'm done. I retired, but I had 25 years.
Oh wow, I didn't realize you were retired.
I retired when Karen got sick. I had to retire.
Yeah.
kinda, so.
Yeah. I remember you were throwing tires for a minute. You weren't too
dude,
stoked
that was
on that.
killing me. I don't even want to talk. That's like talking politics. I don't want to even go there. But
And we
no,
don't go there. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
but we're going to talk some more here with Nick and Marty and myself, and we're going to talk about who's going to be coming up at the token again. But we're also going to be talking. Yeah, I'll get it for you, buddy.
Did I answer your question about the Geddy Lee Alice Cooper
No,
thing?
I
Sorry.
would like to hear some of that.
Well, so you were asking though about it being tied into stuff. So like for Geddy Lee, that was when he released his coffee table book, the big beautiful book of bass, and he was doing bookstores,
Okay.
essentially, and I had seen on social media and stuff that he was going to be out, and I was hammering the company that put the book out. I can't remember who it was. I think it was HarperCollins. And I was getting no response, and oftentimes you don't expect a response, from somebody of that caliber.
That huge. Yeah.
And I just kept hammering, and then all of a sudden the phone rang, and it was Geddy's manager, and she was like, "Hey, we've got an opening in the schedule between Chicago and St. Louis. We can come in on Tuesday afternoon." This is Thursday.
Uh-huh.
It's like, we can come in on
So you
Tuesday
had
afternoon.
4 days to get
Yeah,
prepped.
she's like, can you be ready? I need an answer right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. Which we jumped head first into the deep end on that. I mean, that was 500 people.
Was he your first special guest?
He was not our first. We had done a handful before, but I would say he was our first of this iconic
caliber
status,
Yeah, that's a big name.
Yeah,
right
oh,
there.
it was incredible. Yeah.
Bass players.
No, well,
No,
there
yeah.
might be one or two.
I don't know.
Now, and he's
I don't
playing
know.
up here
I don't
in a
know.
couple of weeks. Billy Sheehan.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't think he's bigger.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's relative, right? But
Yes, wait a minute. I stand corrected. You're absolutely right.
But yeah, Geddy is a legend.
yeah. How
and-
many albums? That's what you got to look at.
Yes, yes.
His library is consistent of thousands, man, of
Yeah,
tunes.
and another very extremely humble person.
Really?
Very
All
very
the guys
nice.
in that band are just,
Really?
and they're
Well,
they're Canadians. That's number one. Let me just
Yeah.
say that these dudes are just like the hockey players.
Well, I know one
know?
thing. Getty is a big baseball.
Huge.
fan. He was
yeah.
both at New
His
York and
collection-
Toronto.
His collection of autographs, memorabilia in baseball is second to none.
So funny story though about what you just said, Colt, about Toronto and New
New
York.
York.
When he was at my store, he was telling us that actually before Toronto had a team, the Tigers were his team
Oh,
that
yeah,
he rooted
absolutely.
for.
A lot of guys in Windsor think the same
Yeah,
way.
and he told us, he goes, a lot of people don't know this, but I was at the game when they won the World Series in '84.
yeah.
Geddy
I
was,
was there too with
yeah.
Pete Falk.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Geddy Lee was there somewhere.
I was there with all the Bronx crew.
Yeah, right. You were mowing a lawn.
Yeah, and then with Alice, those were both around releases of his new record at the time, Detroit Stories in 21, and then Road in 2023.
Was
and
that when he did a little Halloween thing over here?
Yes, I think
so
it
they
was.
named the street it by Eloise,
Yeah, yeah.
Eloise,
same
right.
day. So he left that, and then he came and did the signing with us.
Right. I just watched that episode of Eloise again, where
Yeah.
they had the guy, the ghost hunters on.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's
I always
sad,
want to
but-
tell him because of
Yeah.
Pete Falk and I used to go over there and do our promo shots when they were tearing Eloise down.
Okay.
And it looked like a bombed out city.
Yes.
So I was going to tell him, I've been in that building I don't know how many times as a kid and never saw one ghost. But I did see a plastic Santa Claus that scared the living hell out of me under a stairway down in the basement.
Oh, here's
Yeah.
a funny one. I wanted to go see Alice over there really bad, right? So I wasn't even paying attention to the date or nothing, And I call up my buddy. I say, hey, let's go over. They're supposed to be there today. So we go over there. There's nobody there. And I call the radio station, and the lady goes, she starts laughing. What's her name? I can't think of her name on CSX. And she goes, yeah, it was yesterday. You guys missed it, And I'm like,
Yeah.
No. It's not that long ago.
Okay.
whatever the new lady, one of the new ladies at the
Yeah.
radio station. She made a big joke about it. Did some thing later on.
Yeah.
These guys called and they were lost.
Yeah, it was the
man.
day before.
And we were listening to her all the ride home, and I'm laughing. I'm going, that was so stupid.
Yes.
So, Nick, let me ask you something, too. We're going to get back onto the store again and your current bands and stuff. So
Yeah.
you say you're playing up here soon.
I don't know if we have any gigs here. We just play. We've played here quite often.
Okay.
Pretty much every band I've been in. Yeah, I mean, I was telling Marty, I started playing here when I was 13. My first, very, very first band. My teenage band.
sure,
This was like the first real club we played.
Right.
And then from that point forward,
Who'd you open for on that date?
that I think was
Probably
just a
a dad's
local
band,
show.
an SGC.
Yeah, right.
We used to do a lot of all ages shows.
Yeah,
on
it was
Saturdays or something.
Yep.
It was
I
a
used to come
Sunday.
in.
It was a
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon.
Yep,
I remember
yep.
that. And then after that, my first real band I was in was called Dangerous Pursuit, and I was about 17. And that had Ian Kerwin in it. That is now in what is the name of Redstone Souls? Ian's the front guy in Redstone Souls, so he was in Dangerous Pursuit with me and a couple of our other friends. That's the band Drew Golds really ended up in, and that's when I really started playing good gigs, when we were opening for other local bands and stuff like
Yep.
Ugly and Overloaded and
once that happens, your career just
Exactly.
take steps forward.
exactly. So I've gotten to do a lot of cool stuff. Like I said, I played with Dave and Randy and Blues Airmen for a long
Well, I
time.
know
and-
you had over at the store. You had Joe Gatos Jr. working with you.
yeah, that was at Blues Airmen. Yes,
Blues Airmen, right? And
Joey
Joe-
and I grew up together. Joey and I are like
yeah.
brothers.
I
you know?
remember when his dad called me and told me that he was going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
And I thought, what a great opportunity to have your foot in that door.
Big time.
Incredible. And the great thing about that, and I don't mean it this way, but like that movie was so successful, because it could have went the other way, obviously,
yeah,
but that
yeah.
movie was so successful, and it's continued to inspire generation after
right.
generation.
Yeah,
It's been
because
20
there's
years
so many
already.
of those schools out there now.
Yeah.
Well, do you know another thing is I remember Joe Sr. calling and saying that he had gotten back from California. They had some sort of a opening screening for it or something, and he was sitting next to Ozzy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm going, man, that's pretty cool.
I talked to Joey throughout that when they filmed that mostly in New York.
Yes.
And I talked to Joey once a week. He would call me and tell me about
what they were
the
going-
filming process and all of
And he
that.
was going through school at the same
Yes,
time.
yeah.
They
Well, that was
fooled him.
part of. There was like some legality in that,
Right,
because all the
right.
kids were like 10 to 12 or whatever. They had to keep getting their education. But I remember as the premiere was coming, him sending me a list of like the people that were going to be there. And it was Ozzy and Lemmy and people like Pat Sajak and stuff like that, and like him calling me afterwards and showing me pictures and stuff of like him with Ozzy, and
he sent me
it's
a
amazing.
picture of him with not Nancy Wilson, but the one from Fleetwood Mac,
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks,
Yeah.
and Stevie Nicks, and then not Andy Warhol, but the guy that did Cats.
Is that Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were at some event. I think it was its 10-year anniversary or something in
Okay.
New York. And him and his mom Marge were there.
Yes.
And Joe was sending me some pictures back. showing
Yeah, I mean it's obviously an outstanding thing. I remember I think I was like 12 when that came out. I remember seeing Joey and the rest of the cast on the Tonight Show.
Oh, no
playing on with Jay Leno, like it was amazing with Jack,
Yeah,
of
that's
course,
awesome,
and
man.
it was so cool.
I
you know,
remember hearing him on doing an interview with his dad and Art Penhall on RAF.
yeah.
Well, if Joe, if you're out there and you catch this show live, we wish you the best, and we hope the
Well,
Lord's with you, man. And
Let me plug Joey's. I saw his.
Please do.
He's got like I don't want. It's not a solo thing. It's a duo, but a really kind of cool experimental like jazz fusion thing that he does. Just himself and a drummer. Joey plays synths and guitar. Runs it through all sorts of effects, and they sort of improv as they go. And the drummer's amazing. I saw him play at Outer Limits in Hamtramck about
kidding.
6 months ago, maybe less, and phenomenal stuff. So yeah, if you see Joey's name out there, that's what he's doing,
Awesome.
and really
it's
really
good to
cool
see he's
stuff.
back in music.
Yeah.
I know he had a few rough bumps in the road, but
Yeah.
he's good. I hope he got it all corrected. I hope he's doing fine. I hope his mom and dad are doing great too.
Yeah,
So that's like John 5, him and the drummer. That's really
Yeah.
really really neat.
Yeah.
And a bass player might come out every once in a while, but from what I've seen, he's a great guitar player, a soulful. I'm talking about
Yeah.
Joey now.
Yeah.
You know, a soulful guitar player.
Outstanding.
And and
He's got great
had great-
influences, and
he had-
of course his dad is a
you know,
monster.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Well, his dad also worked with Tony Valerio. Tony got him in the Rockets.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think. Tony got him.
Yeah, he
into
did,
the
and
Rockets.
we used to work with Muggsy and all the
Yeah,
different
oh sure,
guys
everybody
along
here
the way,
worked
you
with
know.
Muggsy.
Yeah, well, that's
I
I
had a
just.
system at the
Oh, you
studio.
played with him at the
I was
anniversary or something.
well. I was gonna say for a couple of years I was playing in a band called the Strains, and the Strains was myself and Pete Bankert from
Okay.
Muggsy,
Yeah.
and Greasy Carlisi, and then this guy Paul Smith, who's local Detroit guy.
Is
that
he a
was
guitarist?
He's a
I know
guitarist. Yeah,
Paul. I
yeah,
know
yeah.
Paul,
So there's two. Yeah, you probably do from gear swapping.
You
But
can
Paul's a,
elaborate on Pete a little bit. Now he's more than just a bass player, right?
well, Pete does that. Yeah, he does everything.
Oh,
Yes.
he did a couple 45s and stuff for
Yeah,
us back
yeah.
when we were pressing vinyl.
The band I just mentioned, Dangerous Pursuit, when I was like 17, 18, Pete did our record. Pete
was it at
produced.
the old schoolhouse?
No, this was when he had the studio in Ann Arbor, just off of 94 there. I think it was Rock City Studios, because he always gives me shit about the
That's
name.
why you got the name. Nah,
Yeah,
He's
right.
the one- he's the one that named Tony Valerio's company.
Thunder?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
said,
Thunder. He goes, yeah,
said,
this like Thunder.
This
here.
sounds like
Sounds
Thunder
like
here.
Thunder.
That's a good
There-
name.
there
And
you
Tony
go.
goes, wait a minute, Thunder Audio.
There you go.
Sonny.
Pete's one of those guys where like
Yeah.
he's not always
Spontaneous,
communicating,
right on with something.
but when he says something, you listen because it's always important, you know. But yeah, the Muggsy connection is deep.
we used to call him Propeller Pete, but I'm not going to tell you why.
I happen to know
Nothing
why.
to do with airplanes.
I happen to know why.
Yeah, those guys. That was a great band, man.
An incredible band.
You
So
know, and they went to Weapons and different things.
And that
from
was with
it.
Tommy Ingham.
Well, one thing
Farley's
I-
and Ingham.
Yeah.
one thing
Farley's
I'd like
God
to
rest his
add
soul.
about Muggsy and stuff and Weapons and all of that, like as Colt mentioned, my dad, Tony Morocco, was in a band called the Nasties back in the 80s with my Uncle Steve and Ron Perry and John Arbor. They had a couple different bass players, John Arbor, Jim Kerwin, and Gary Kula throughout the years. But, you know, those guys were aspiring to be Muggsy, right? So my dad growing up was always playing that stuff.
Right, right.
And for a little bit, I don't remember the circumstances. I don't know why, and it's kind of not important. But Tom Farless lived with us, with my family, when I was like about, I don't know, 10. So I was around Tommy a ton, and another amazing guy.
singer.
Well,
Amazing
one of,
talent.
arguably to me,
Yeah.
the greatest unknown singer of all time. You know, there's a lot of great singers, but Tom just
Just to touch on that, it's
Yeah.
kind of interesting because remember when you'd go to see him? I used to open for him at the Second Chance and stuff in Ann Arbor.
I worked with him at the studio.
I would
umpteen
sit there.
amount of times.
I would watch Tom sit out in the audience while we were doing the opening act. He'd be out there drinking a bunch of Jack Daniels and having 15 cigarettes, and get up on that stage. By that time, my voice had been gone.
Yeah.
From the cigarettes and the Jack.
Yeah.
And Tom would get up and belt it out like he was 10 years old, man. I
Yeah.
mean, every night.
yes.
They
And-
do 7-night gigs, man.
Yeah.
and-
And the footage that exists of them, I think you can go on YouTube and watch them on like the Beat and
yeah,
stuff with Doug
yes.
Podell. Phenomenal. I mean,
know.
just such a great band. And they had great songs, great look,
Yep.
great musicianship, just great
Terrible
all around.
management. No, just,
Fred was their
I don't know.
manager. Fred was
I don't know anything about
No,
that. I
but
wasn't
then
around then, but
it was hard in the city then. You really had to go somewhere else
Yeah.
to get seen. You couldn't get it. It wasn't happening in Detroit. Not like it is right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because
Well-
Detroit has made a huge difference.
it's a hotbed.
Yeah, and everything that you do downtown Detroit is just, you know, I would do shows at Shane Park or anything, Hart Plaza downtown or whatever, and when we were done, there was nothing to do. You just left. Mm-hmm. Now, man, it's just
Yeah, you got
happening.
options upon options.
Happening, yeah. So,
Well, actually, you know, when Muggsy came out, it was the early '70s, and I had a Detroit Metro Times, and those guys were practically on every page.
Yeah.
Them and the Almighty Strut. But back then, there were 25 different clubs to play at just on the west side.
And they'd always be full from what I hear.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I didn't start playing gigs until like 2004. So I'm way after the
After the club
heyday of
scene,
like,
yeah.
but I hear I've worked with so many great people that share these memories of like, if the bar would be packed, you couldn't move in the Token on a Tuesday. Like that's unbelievable
Remember
to me.
when I think I was talking with your dad and I was showing him some flyers or something?
Yes,
and
I
he
remember
goes,
this
oh my
one.
God, that's the only flyer I'm missing. I go, it's yours.
Yes.
Your
So they had
flyer, Tony, take it.
They had 4 different configurations of this flyers from Blondie's, and he would tell me growing up that there was 4 different ones, and we had 3 up in his office, and he was, I'd love to find the 4th one, and we were at Goldsworthy's for Ryan's graduation party, and
and
you
I brought
popped
that
open
box
that
over.
briefcase, and it was sitting right on top, and my dad
yeah.
was like, "Holy shit! I've been looking for that forever." You're like, "Well, it's yours."
It's yours, man. You deserve it. And it's funny because we had a show a couple of weeks ago where we were talking about in the old days how we had to flyer all these
Oh
parking
yeah,
lots.
with Brian from Halloween.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was crazy because he would come to Harpo's to play, right?
Yeah.
And I get so mad at him because they'd squirt that stupid spider web stuff, and all my microphone stands it would take me like an hour after the show
clean up.
to tear it apart, get it apart. And I said, okay, guys, you can use it.
That's
this
you.
time, but you're cleaning up
Yeah.
my stuff.
Well, Brian was saying that he goes, I remember going out with 5,000 flyers and all of us had hit every bar in town. And
He told us how he made them up. and
Come
everything.
out the next morning and all those flyers would be on the
On the
ground,
Yeah, right.
when they were setting up gear or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I did it for Muggsy. Fred would pay us to go out and do Muggsy flyers. Me and Della Rosa would go out and do it.
See, that's the funny thing about social media is essentially that's what you're
Oh,
doing
yes,
now,
you
but
got
just
flyers.
but
It's flyers.
digitally, and at least back then you had a physical thing that you handed
But
somebody,
you can
right?
still
Like,
do that now if you're
Yeah.
really smart. It's like with the plow guys. Like I said something about they had these suckers and they were rubbers.
Yeah, we may put
Right?
condoms on
Yeah,
a
condoms.
sucker stick.
Yeah. So these guys from Faded, I was watching this video and they were getting ready to do a show, and there was all these people standing outside freezing cold.
Yeah.
They went out with hand warmers and started giving everybody hand warmers. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
for the people that were waiting in line.
that's
to
how
come
you
in.
do it, yeah.
Yeah, and that's how they're saying,
was
we're the
pretty-
That
opening
gains
act.
fans.
We're the opening act, and we just feels bad that you're out here in this cold weather, and we wanted to come out and help you out. And
Yeah.
it made me look at it.
Yeah.
It made me to think about it,
Yeah.
talk about it for sure.
Whatever you got to do, especially this day and age, to get
Yep.
people to pay attention to you is what you got to do.
But I know
you know?
one thing. This, like you say, social media. This just reaches a whole nother mass of people. I got cousins in Pittsburgh, and I always give a shout out to Christine Stone from XM Radio over there in Cleveland and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because they'll pick up on these little shows here.
Oh,
and
it
there.
connects all of us,
Yeah.
but there's new sets of challenges with it. Like how Brian was saying the flyers be all over the ground or whatever. Now it's like, well, am I getting this information to the people that should really have it?
Right.
It's easier in some ways and it's harder in other ways. And I feel like people's attention spans
Is there enough views?
are this. Well, right.
Is there enough?
And that's how everything's
Have
judged,
people-
unfortunately.
yeah,
It's
people
not about if
follow,
you're good or not,
all that type of stuff. What we're going to do is, I always do this thing for the Token, to tell
you got
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it. It was over here.
Okay.
And what I'm going
take-
to do is I'm going to just do half of it.
He'll rattle off who's coming
Okay.
up.
And then a
stuff
little
like that.
later on, I'll do the other half because it's pretty long, and I get really.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Marty. Because
what I should do is
we
just
lose
hand it to him.
we lose
Let
interest a
him
little bit
start.
in the
Dude,
show.
coming up.
Here, you can see
Coming up. It's Lita Ford.
Yeah.
All right, all you got to do is go up.
Okay.
Right, not that way, but just like this.
Me and electrical devices.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, so this is used cars. Okay, so used cars is going to be here when
Tonight.
February 20th. That's tonight, along with Heinzig. Heinzig is used cars.
tenders.
Obviously, is
The
the cars, and I think that's with Danny Cannon on drums.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Heinzig is the from
The
Pretenders
Pretenders,
from
yeah.
Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's tonight.
That's tonight.
At the beautiful
Token Lounge, downtown Westland.
Westland.
What's the address?
28949 Joy Road.
We got to get your address for the store again and the phone number one more time. Not right at the moment.
I'll wait for you.
So tomorrow.
Oh, here's your buddy, The Nightmare, a tribute to Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right here at the
With
Token
opening
Lounge.
band is
Let me see.
Faded.
Oh, is it Faded right there?
Yeah.
How come they're so small? Those are good guys. I like those dudes. Faded guys, I'm sorry, man, but they got your.
But we're talking about
We
it.
are. We're talking
So,
about you guys. 'Cause
yeah,
I'm telling you, man, you guys
yeah.
were awesome last week on the show, and
Yep.
we love you, man.
Your mom, everybody.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you guys got it going on. You
Yep.
know?
Yep. Doors open at 8:00, and they got chickens.
Yeah.
Let's see who else we got. We got what is it?
There you go.
Laya Al Sadi.
Yeah.
Laith
You-
Al
you know
Sadi.
the-
Laith Al Sadi.
Laith is an amazing guitar player
he?
and singer. Laith was on The Voice.
He was.
Did he
He was.
win? Or he
I
came
don't
close to
think- yeah,
winning, I
he
think.
was
Yeah.
up there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Now, is
great.
he an original artist? Or
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he does his own music.
Yes.
Yeah. And he covers some songs too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's from Ann Arbor.
He's,
Yeah, he isn't from
he's
Ann
got a
Arbor,
gold
yeah.
top Telecaster. That's okay
He's-
with me.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
You got anybody open with him?
As long as he buys the guitars from you.
The
it's
Stone
I don't think
Blossom.
he. I don't think he
The
does.
Stone
Not
Blossoms.
yet, he hasn't.
It looks like the Stone.
Stone Blossoms are great too.
Okay, they're going to be up here. That's Token Lounge on February 27th at 8:00.
Yep. And then we have
Let's see who we got here. We got Domination, Detroit.
Detroit Domination.
It's got to be a
which is
Pantera tribute, right?
is.
Yeah, Blood Rooted, and tribute to.
No, yeah. Blood Rooted is.
That's to.
Is it Sepultura?
Yes,
Yes,
Sepultura,
yes.
yeah.
I have.
So I got to work with both of those real bands, so it was really cool. Yeah. Pantera, especially, and
That's coming up on February 28th.
Cowboys from Hell tour was really
7:30.
Cool. Yeah,
Okay.
Don Bag was a great guy. Yeah,
No, this is the one we always have problems pronouncing because of
isn't
the
that
logo.
something? Yeah, because it's like a lady stand there. You think
And it's a tribute to the
something.
cult.
Yeah.
But it's
Sanctuary or something maybe.
Yeah, it's
called?
Is
Sanctuary.
it Sanctuary?
Yeah.
I'm glad you know that. Because they got it looks like a guy playing a guitar that could be the S, but it's kind of hard to determine.
It looks like one of the girls on my bass guitar.
And then what's this?
in the
Meet
thing there.
Detroit Plow. That's me.
It's a tribute to Dave Colt, I think.
Wow, check it out. I hope somebody can spin a bass.
Meet Plow Detroit. Or
Oh,
Meet
okay.
Detroit Plow.
Meet Detroit Plow. I don't know how to pronounce
Stone Temple Pilots.
There you
it.
go.
Oh, then, but I like Stone Temple.
And that's Saturday the 7th.
okay.
So let's get you to the next one here. Close it up. Oh, this guy's really good.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this. Now Duke Tomato,
yeah.
Duke Tomato.
He's really good.
Oh, another great,
the
yeah,
Power
another
Tree.
great player.
I worked with the guy back
You know
when
him?
he was
Yeah.
at.
Nick, you seem to know everybody in this.
Well, I know who they are. I don't
Okay.
necessarily know them, but
That's good though. That's a good trait.
Back when Sully's was open in Dearborn, which is the most amazing blues club ever, and I got schooled on the blues there, but he used to play there too,
That's on March 8th at 8:00.
and it's cool that he's here. You know,
Oh, is it?
at
Oh, at the wonderful Token Lounge in beautiful downtown Westline. What's the address, Marty?
949 Joe Roy.
the iconic
Get
Token
down with
Lounge.
yourself.
Very iconic. 50 years.
Yeah.
We're gonna
You know,
do
the guys from, I was going to take the sign because he had a hole in the sign as it's sitting out here by the back dumpster. And John says, go ahead and take it. But then the
Faded
guys, he said, but those guys were interested. I said, well, you know what? They'll be around a lot longer than I will, so let them have that sign.
There you go. It's still back there, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was going to tell him I was going to cut it up into threes and just put it under my fence around my property, but I have the old Flat Rock Raceway
Yeah.
sign.
You got tons of
Drew
stuff
used to
like
race
that. Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But anyhow, I told him let the Faded guys have it. So,
So
anyhow,
this is huge.
yeah, this one here.
This is huge.
Okay, let's try this one.
The
Dick,
date first.
this is on where is the date here? Saturday, March 14th.
And Sunday, and Friday and Saturday.
Oh, where are you
Does that
reading
say
that at?
Saturday?
Oh, I'm reading right here.
Okay, what's this one?
Okay, let's see here. Oh yeah, March 13th.
Which is a Saturday, right?
Yeah,
And then this is Friday. Or
March 14th. Correct.
Yeah, one's Friday, one's Saturday.
Okay, so these two are going to be. This group and people are going to be here for 2 days.
Yeah.
as
You
well
know-
as
That's
Saturday.
is that the Dick Wagner?
Dick Wagner.
Dick
Yeah.
Wagner, right? And it's called "Remember the Child" Memorial Concert.
Tell who he was. And
Well,
what he
that's
did.
your department. 'cause
Well,
you're
he was at one time he was
he wrote
Alice
songs,
Cooper's
yeah.
Guitar player.
He wrote "Only Women Bleed,"
Which is a
I
great
believe.
tune,
I
awesome
believe
tune.
that was
Yeah.
one of his songs.
He also played with Lou Reed.
Oh, Lou Reed.
Yes, he did.
And,
It's on Rock and Roll
locally,
Animal.
He was with
The Frost.
The Frost.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. So he's been around. I mean, he's passed away. He passed away about 10 years ago now, and very nice guy, very accessible guy. would talk to you, tell you stories, everything. Good dude.
But he's going to have Derek St. Holmes, and many of you know him through Chattanooga, and you've seen it up here. Derek St. Holmes is fantastic.
Randy Peevler and
Right,
Morris Wilson
right.
played
And then Jim McCarty and more.
Yeah.
So there's going to be quite a few celebs up
that
here.
day. And
Yep.
then the next one you got even
Oh,
it
my
gets even
goodness, yeah, look
bigger.
at this. So it's the same thing. We got the Remember the Child Memorial Concert. This is Saturday the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
And you got, this time we're going to have, Lita Ford.
Oh,
And there's a
that's
big
huge.
name.
That's
Yeah.
huge,
Absolutely.
And you're gonna have a lot.
You need to get her at your store.
Yeah.
I guarantee you'll have a lot of people showing up for this. They'll say, we're
yeah,
going to
yeah.
bring this guy on, and we're going to bring this guy on.
Yeah,
look,
so
look who just walked in,
right.
and
Yeah.
there will be people. I promise you. I know. I feel like the guys from DC Drive, Brian Pastore, and them guys, they were friends, real good friends, and I'm sure that they'll come.
Huh.
I'm going to call him at least.
I
and
wonder
see
if
they'll
Doug
come.
Podell or anybody is showing
I'm
up.
sure. I'm sure. If not me,
You know
will
Doug's
do it.
gonna
Me
be
and you'll
here.
do the introductions, bro. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, man. That just,
And they're going to, maybe we'll be able to get some of them on the show. Well, we're going to talk to, what's her name, about it.
yeah, that sounds good.
Good.
Let's get one more in and go from there.
Yep.
Okay, this is a Bob Dylan here at the Token. It's Don Dylan, the Bob Dylan Experience.
Yeah.
That's a little confusing.
Yeah.
The guy's name's Don Dylan, doing Bob Dylan at the Token, March 15th,
His son, maybe?
7 p.m.
Is this his son?
No.
Oh, wait. Now that's interesting because my brother and I were traveling. My brother and I were traveling yesterday, and we heard a song by Bob Dylan. And who was it? It was on the '60s on 6 on XM radio, and Pat St. John out of CKLW is he does that show still out of San Diego. But Pat had played a Bob Dylan, and it was "This Old Man."
Okay.
He played one, and it's Bob Dylan singing it with I couldn't believe it, and I'm going, I never even knew he did the tune.
Yeah,
Apparently,
yeah.
that was one of his first things. So.
Well, you probably never heard any of his early stuff because it was all folk.
Yeah, well, I didn't do enough dope back then, so I mean, I wasn't ready for it yet.
I don't think you were 9 years old, maybe.
Oh, I don't know if I was a twinkle in my dad's eye yet. Anyhow, well, good for Don Dylan. Hopefully, he has a great
Did you
show.
see the
Good
new-
for Don
the new
Dylan.
The new Dylan movie?
No,
I did.
Yeah.
I don't watch
pretty good.
movies, man. I don't have time to sit down
really
and
told
watch
a
that
pretty
much.
good story.
Yeah.
The whole real deal there.
Yeah.
Okay, Burning Witches. I just love the name of this, and I love
just
the
like the
photo.
picture, man.
The
Yeah.
photo's awesome. These girls look like they can rock. I've seen some good rock girls bands out in California, man, and there was one called War Bride. I loved them.
That's a good name.
Yeah, and they were a couple of girls in there were from Germany, and one was a keyboard player. She was awesome.
I think Burning Witches is from Germany or the
think so?
UK or something like that.
Well, there was
yeah.
another band that was here not long ago too that was from Brazil, I believe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they were pretty wild because they kept standing up on things that were on stage. They stood up on them. It was none outfits and it was a
Burning
little weird.
Witches is going to be here along with looks like Triple Black, Clinical Trial, True Devil, and Sozin. That's a lot of groups. So it ought to be
That's
a pretty good show.
That's a full show there.
Yeah, and that's going to be March 20th here at the Token, and that's going to be at 7:30. So anyhow, let's leave this shit aside, and we'll get back to. Oh, wait a minute, we got one more because this you'll like this one. Detroit Rock City tribute to Kiss.
Yeah, those
You know
guys are great.
guys?
I do know those
Okay,
guys.
I
Yes,
kind of figured you probably.
I do know those guys.
So let's give them a good poke here.
Yeah, those are good
Detroit
good
Rock
people.
City, a tribute to Kiss. Detroit Trouble, the Token Lounge, and that's March 21st. Oh, we did? How long ago? Oh yeah, those guys. Those are the workaholics, man. That's right. I
I
remember.
know those
cats.
guys too.
Huh?
I know those guys
Yeah,
too.
good guys, man. Well, Nick, you seem to know. Well, I said it before.
Yeah.
But I mean, well, when you own a store and you got that many people, I mean, just when I used to go to the Blues Airmen, I remember what's this guys from the Romantics would come.
Yeah,
in.
yeah, Rich. Yeah, Rich, the bass player.
I
Yeah,
used to talk to him all the time.
yeah. Rich would just come in and hang out. We got a lot of wisdom from
Oh,
Rich.
yeah.
You would get him. You could get him going on the old stories. You know, sometimes
Uh-huh.
you didn't want to talk about it, but like. I remember him telling. I think you may have been there when he was telling us stories about like playing at Madison Square Garden.
Uh-huh.
And they were wearing those red leather outfits
Yeah,
and like
right.
under those par cans, and he was like, he'd lose 10 pounds
Just
in
sweating in
a
that leather.
45-minute set because it was so hot up there.
It's
you
funny
know?
because we mentioned that I mentioned it to Marty a couple of episodes ago, but Pillsbury used to run to all the darn power cans, and he used to be proud of those aircraft landing lights.
Yeah.
And them some bitches were hot.
Yeah.
And you know it. You've been on that stage with a Par 64 beaming on you and a pin spot and all that. And next thing you know, the temperature on the stage is probably 92 degrees.
At least,
the rest
yeah.
of the bar's got the AC on.
Yeah.
But Marty told me he had some equipment up on the stage and he needed some light over there towards the monitor setters. And Pillsbury aimed one of the pin spots over there and burned a hole in the Tolex on it.
Yeah.
That's how hot that
I am
damn
not
thing was.
surprised.
Now
Yeah.
it's all digital lighting and it's it's cool.
Yeah, now the only thing you got to compete with is like if you do an outdoor gig, it never fails. I always say this, and I think musicians will appreciate this. If you do any of those gigs for like the cities, like the City of Livonia concert or whatever, or the City of Plymouth, whatever, they always put the stage directly facing the sun. So the sun comes around and it just
bakes you.
beats on you, and there's no reprieve from it. It's never so that's all you got to worry about now.
You know what? I remember Golds when he first got a twin reverb. This is back when we were playing with Threshold, and I'm talking about 77, 76. I think he was 16. He first got a twin reverb, and he had a 412 bottom that he put the twin on top of it.
Yeah.
There was no wireless at the time, and he had this cord that was only about 25 feet long, but the front of the stage was 30 feet out. And Dave went running out there with that Explorer, and all of a sudden the cord went boom, and the whole stack came over, landed on the stage. The guys picked up the stack, but the head stayed on the tubes and everything were exposed, and the amp was still working. We played the rest of the show.
Yeah, they don't make stuff like
They
that
don't
anymore.
make stuff like that anymore.
That would be
was
a
a-
death sentence now.
Everybody would laugh
Your
when they
amp
heard
goes
that.
down, that's it. So you're done. Throw it
Might as
out.
well kick the drums
Yeah,
off.
exactly. Like it's a
Keep it-
paperweight now.
Right. But speaking of kicking drums off, what are you playing? What kind of kit you playing?
Ludwig, always.
Always a Ludwig.
Ludwig,
I love a
through and
Ludwig
through.
kit.
I do have a couple Pearl kits as well. I've got the Pearl Crystal Beats, which are like their version of the Vista Lights.
Okay.
But yeah, Ludwig almost always. I've got a Legacy Maple kit. I've got a Green Sparkle kit. I've got this super rare brass over oyster glass kit
Nice.
that luckily are very honored to have gotten from Chuck Burns.
Oh, I talked to Chuck not too long
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, and Chuck had that kit, and I was in love with it. And Chuck was downsizing, and he called me, and he was like, "I kind of want you to have this," and we made a great deal on it, and I've done a lot of great gigs with it. And
You know who I did that for? It was Danny Cannon.
There you go.
I had a Ludwig Ringo kit, Champagne
oh
Sparkle.
yeah.
And Danny, it was from Hewitt's Music down there on Michigan Avenue.
Right.
And
In beautiful downtown Dearborn.
And Danny, he grew up just right around the corner from Hewitt's. So he used to go down there and play the drums. And he goes, I honestly think I played this kit before when I was probably 6 years
That's
old.
awesome, yeah.
And anyhow, because it still said Hewitt's Music on it and all that.
Yeah.
And he goes, I got to have it. There's just he bugged me for 9-10 months before I finally said, because he had the replacement kit, the reissue of the exact same kit,
Yeah,
same
yeah.
color and everything. He goes, but I want that
and,
kit.
Yes.
and Hewitt's was down the street from what?
Wonderland.
Yeah, where I
Your
got
old
my
music.
start. I
Your
got
old
my
The
stuff
great
start.
around.
Wonderland music.
16 years old. you
Crazy
know?
Clarence, man.
Oh man, I'll tell
Right
you.
next to the hamburger joint.
I did some. I brought a bass amp and sat on the stage the whole time for a few acts because he would always say, "Don't leave it nowhere. Just stay right with it." you
Yeah,
know?
yep.
And I would just.
Oh, so it didn't disappear?
I
Yeah.
would just sit there. But here's a good couple questions. You store. What do you sell all musical instruments?
Yep, and records.
Do you?
Oh,
you-
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Vintage records,
Do you
yeah.
give lessons?
Yes.
Okay.
Lessons as well.
What else? lessons?
Marty needs bass lessons. Remember that?
we could do that. We could do that. No, we got a deep.
That one cat you had over there that played up here. the
Brad
little-
Russell. Yeah, yeah.
Who's awesome.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. Brad's great. Yeah, we deep lesson program. So we teach guitar, bass, drums, vocals, piano, banjo, mandolin, ukulele.
You name it.
Yeah, we could pretty
You
much
guys
we
do.
could we
And
could pretty much teach you.
have a guitar tech there.
Full
on site.
service, full
And
service
that's,
repair.
what's his name? Played doing your guitar tech.
Jesse, you're thinking of Jesse. Jesse's not with us anymore.
okay, Jesse was- okay.
But Dave Swick, who plays
Okay.
drums in Sonic Smut, which is a great band around town, and he and I also play. We do a Kiss tribute called Undressed to Kill.
That was a
Myself,
cool idea.
myself, Dave, who we call Ducky, Bobby G, who also fronts Powderfinger Detroit. They're a Neil Young tribute. And Pistol Pete from the Tarantulas.
Nice.
We're just kind of getting that off the ground, and people seem to really enjoy it, and we're loving it, so that's cool. But Dave handles the repairs, so full service repair. And we do amp repair as well. That's out of house, but we do amp repair as well. And then records, guitars, basses, pinball machines, drums.
You're going to have to come back out to my house.
T-shirts.
T-shirts, we do that too. Posters.
You're going to have to come out to my house because Karen's parents left a ton of records behind, and they were big Zeppelin fans and all
Cool.
that stuff. And Karen left a ton of stuff from the 70s and 80s, and I've got them still in the crates and everything.
Yeah.
Peaches.
I don't
Peaches,
play
good.
'em.
Yeah, no, good. I'll come over and see those. I was going to ask you because I know I remember the Colt collectible museum.
Oh,
do
I
you
had
still have?
remember Joe Gatos used to say, Colt's got the ugliest guitar collection.
I was going to ask you about a guitar. Do you still have? It wasn't it like a rocking chair that was signed by everybody from the Andy Griffith show?
No, I was trying to buy that chair.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. I was trying to buy it, and I didn't bid high enough, and it only went for like $127. And I'm
That's
like,
insane.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And you didn't bid high enough.
Because you know what happens is the auctions always end at some goofy time in the
Yeah,
middle of the night when
right.
it's in California.
Oh, yeah, it's
I'm not up at
it's-
3 a.m. to bid on an Andy Griffith
Well, you
rocking
should have
chair.
told your brother.
Now
to
the
stay
Barney,
up all
now
night.
the Barney Fife Bullet, I bought that.
That's good. No, you always were the guy who knew that had all of like
I
that
thought
type
so.
Oh,
of
Well,
stuff.
you gotta. Have you been to his house now?
I don't
got the
think I've been to your house
Richard
in 10
Nixon
years.
Mark IV.
Yeah. It's like 1,500 miles on it. You know, it's
amazing.
All kinds of crazy
etched
stuff in it.
initials in the windows
Yeah.
and.
The drum kit from that Slingerland set I got.
The
is from-
Purple Sparkle.
Yeah, I got
they're
that one at
sweet.
home. That's supposedly from Ricky Nelson's band.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's a endorsement kit because it doesn't have the mounts for the racks.
See,
They're straight cylinders.
only Dave Colt would have
He
that.
would know all that. Yeah.
That was so good.
He just got a
Well,
guitar. He
now
thinks
that
is,
Les Paul, we can't wait.
yeah,
We're going to take
yeah.
that either. The two biggest guitar shows I heard, and you might be able to help me out with this. But I know there's one. The biggest one in Detroit is in Lansing, or in Michigan, I should say, is Lansing. It's coming up.
Yeah,
next month.
some good guys do that one. The musical instrument swap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember the guy's name, but
Mark. Mark
and
Steele.
There's another one down in Cincinnati. That's a big one.
I think it's
Sharonville,
Columbus.
Cincinnati.
Is it Columbus?
It might be it's Cincinnati. 'Cause
Okay.
that's supposed to be a big one, but they haven't set a date yet for that.
Gotcha.
One. The other one is Orlando, and then
The
who's
biggest one I know of that
Yeah.
people say you got to go to at least once is the one in Dallas. They do one
Dallas,
in Dallas
and then I
every
heard
year.
Nashville too is a big.
Well,
one.
of course.
And maybe
Right.
maybe I can meet Norm from Norm's Rare Guitars. There.
Right
He's
on.
California.
But
But he goes to the show.
Yeah, yeah, oh,
who's
yeah.
the one guy? The country Nordique over in Norway, or they have a big one.
Okay.
In Amsterdam area. But I'm gonna try to market this guitar because I have a feeling I'm sitting on a small gold.
that is
Colt's
a
will
rare
be a
piece.
pretty cool guitar.
Yeah?
we traded it really for
Oh,
a
the baseball
shotgun and
guitar.
everything.
That's
yeah,
a
it's
Gibson Les
Major League
Paul with
Baseball.
That is a
It's
cool
a
guitar.
studio. Yeah, it plays pretty good too. You know.
You always had that
Remember
stuff.
I had that
Yeah.
guitar from the Red Wing, number 31, or was it?
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
Telecaster.
The Telecaster. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I sold
I bought
that
it
to
from
you.
the store,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Did
Where's
you
that
have
at?
the
I sold it.
Oh man.
Do you have the I think it might have been Goldsworthy's, but maybe it was yours. It was like a Les Paul that they cut out of a tree from Andrew
that was mine.
Jackson's
Yeah,
spot.
That was
Yeah.
mine. That was the old Hickory.
Yeah, Old Hickory. Yeah,
Now, I
yeah.
also had that double neck Gretsch. I wished I would have hung on to
Yes,
that, but I
yeah,
sold
yeah.
that at your store
Yes,
too.
that's right.
That was a Silver Sparkle.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, you've had tons of off the wall,
Oh, I
cool,
got pictures of
rare.
every one of them too, man.
rare
He won't
stuff.
buy something unless it's strange.
Remember the Paisley?
He won't
the
date
Paisley Les
anything
Pauls?
unless
Yes.
it's strange.
The
I got
Paisley
two
Les
of them.
Paul.
The
He won't
Paisley.
date anything unless it's strange.
I know it. Going on a strange date tonight.
Yeah, no, you always are looking for the most bizarre out there
Well,
thing
and the
you can
funny
find.
thing is, you've sold a lot of those bizarre guitars
yeah,
for
no,
me. and
there's other people that love
I
them.
know, but see, when I ordered that Rainbow Zoot suit, I wanted it because I've seen the zoot suits in multicolors, but never a rainbow one. So I ordered it in the rainbow. I said, I don't want that multicolored. It's got like 6 different colors in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And the headstock too, and then back of the neck.
Yep.
It's a beautiful guitar.
Yep.
Uglier than hell, but beautiful.
All right, I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna
take off?
end it. No,
We
I'm gonna
did-
end this.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna end this.
Okay.
Okay.
Because we got Kiss in there.
You got Kiss. You did Kiss. So here's we got a guy, a 2025 Blues Award nominee for Best Blues Band, John Nemeth, live and in concert here at the Token Lounge on the 24th of March.
Right here in Westland.
Yep, downtown Westland, beautiful downtown Westland.
Outskirts of downtown.
28949 Joy Road. Yep, and that should be a good show. And he has a person open up Brendan Lindsay Band.
Oh, Brandon Lindsay.
Yeah, Brendan Lindsay. Yep.
Good for you.
And
Good thing we got Nick here, man.
Yeah, really. So Sparrow Blue with the Tribe 989 and Aqua Monkey. I don't know, but
There's a
sounds
band
good.
name for you.
What's that? Yeah,
Aqua Monkey.
yeah, it sounds pretty good.
You know, I like Joe Gato Sr.'s old band,
March the 26th.
Send More Cops.
Yes.
That was a cool band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played with him a couple of rehearsals.
Pete was in that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was with Tom Farless, too.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it switched.
Ingham. Yeah.
Tom Farless got sick, and then Ingham
Okay.
came in.
Gotcha.
Then we got Platinum Moon, and that's on Friday, March the 27th.
Well, it looks like they got a girl singer or somebody right up
It does, yeah, definitely, definitely. Platinum Moon.
Another
that's,
hottie.
March 27th, 7 p.m. At the beautiful Token Lounge here. Oh, and this is the one. The Fell,
Oh, yeah. This is.
featuring Billy Sheehan.
There you go.
Yeah.
That'll be a good one. Maybe we get Billy to come over to your place.
Send him right over.
Yeah.
I'd love to have him.
I think it'd be great, man. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Billy just played
I'll
on.
tell him you're going to give him a guitar, and then you just tell him I lied.
I'm sure he
Just say,
doesn't
"I
need any
lied."
guitars
No,
from
no,
me.
no, yeah. Well, yeah, we got a few things for him, though. But, yeah, that's The Fell. That's on Saturday, March the 28th. The band The Fell featuring Billy Sheehan, the amazing bass playing.
Being
of
the
Billy
incomparable Billy
Yeah,
Sheehan.
I'm telling you, him and Steve Vai together were just.
With Greg Bissonette,
Greg
too.
Bissonette was no joke.
Yeah.
Man. Let me tell you, him and his brother are selling themselves now to record for people.
They were
I
just
mean,
so phenomenal.
Well, and that's the funny thing. Like, even in hindsight, I wasn't there when it happened, but like David Lee Roth leaves Van Halen, and you go, "Well, how could you ever
Yeah,
replicate that?" Right?
Right.
And then he gets those guys who are the only
how you
people that
do
could
it.
have come close.
The,
You know?
the holy grail of state
Of guitar
Session
bass,
guys,
yeah,
yeah.
session guys.
Yeah.
And I had the pleasure of meeting the drummer
Bis-
there,
the Bissonette
Craig,
guys,
Craig,
yeah.
Craig Bissonette, and I
he
worked
was
with DC Drive at the time,
Right on.
and he went to school with those guys.
Okay.
And so he's behind me, and he comes up and goes, "Man, those drums sound great, man. Those toms sound like cannons, dude. You gotta. How can I get mine like that?" I said, "Well,
Should've
hire
called-
me."
Yeah, there you
Could
go.
have done a Pete Banker and called it Cannon Sound.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't know who he was, right?
Yeah.
And so we go in the dressing room afterwards, and they introduced me to him, and I'm going, "Dang, this dude give me a major compliment, and
Yeah.
everything." And so that
Greg
was
plays with Ringo.
Ringo. How can
yeah.
you can't be
Oh,
play with
God,
a better?
come on, man.
If you're
Yeah,
wondering if
Warren
you're a
G.
good drummer or not, if Ringo's got you, what'd you say?
Warren in Sterling Heights area. Or
Okay.
something? East Side, I know that.
Yeah. You can't play with the better.
No.
You can have a better gig.
No.
Did you say one of them was playing with Elton John too?
Yeah,
Oh,
Matt.
no, what's his name? Played with Elton John, who died. He was sorry to say Bob. I can't think of his last name. Bob, but he was related to the Romeo brothers that were in DC Drive, and he played 20-something odd years with.
But Matt Bissonette came in after
afterwards.
Bob,
That's
yeah.
To finish it
Okay,
all up.
right.
Yeah.
And then Matt was touring
Matt
with
was
REO
with them, and
Speedwagon.
their dad was with them that night.
Yeah.
So that was pretty wild.
Yeah, the Bissonettes get around, man, because they're great.
And I think my dad passed away, so guys, rest in peace, pops.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the musicians we've lost lately, local and national. I mean, it's
So this should be a great show. I definitely I want to be there. An up and coming bass player I am. So
Yeah, you get a lesson from Billy.
Get some lessons.
Yeah, there you go. Right, yeah. You're a great bass instructor.
I mean, he's got a bass and 3 of the strings are broke.
yeah, I got a good guitar collection going too.
Do you?
He's a little jealous now.
Yeah, jealous.
Yeah,
He's
yeah. I got some 40th anniversary, 60th anniversary.
I sold
There you go.
7 Stratocasters in one sale, man.
Yeah,
They're
I got-
all
I got a
anniversaries.
beautiful
That kid
Tele-
had nothing.
I got a beautiful Telecaster. Yeah, okay.
Well, okay, which one out of mine is not beautiful?
Let's see. Ken Settle, celebrate the vibrant life of true legend behind the camera. Oh, that's the local guy, I think, that took photos of.
Yeah, great photographer.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. He didn't have the place out there in Romulus, did he? Right,
I don't
a
know.
landing strip. I used to go there after the landing strip, and they had tons of photos. I think it might be.
Might
Christ.
be. It'd be a good place to have pictures, you know. The guys coming out of the land strip go right over and see the pictures.
Well, he had a private.
Yeah, maybe if you
studio
work
there.
for
He
the
used to hang at
FBI.
the strip with
And
us,
then
and
the
me and Dean
girls, too.
Slater,
Yeah, then the girls,
and Pete
too.
Falk, and the guys, girls would all go over to his studio, and he had pictures, thousands of them, of the Stones and everybody, man.
So
Wow.
we have a guys in Armageddon who's a Def Leppard
you
tribute,
can tell by
right?
the
And then Rat Trap. I mean, sure we know who that is.
Oh, cool. I like a good
and,
rat too.
a tribute to AC/DC Powerage. Now, I was old enough to see AC/DC the first time they were ever here. And they played at Masonic with Johnny and Edgar Winter and 38
that'd be
Special.
a
That's a
show.
builder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm watching this dude
And
come out.
38 Special.
Yeah.
38 specials always ended up on some bizarre bills,
I
man.
know it.
Rainbow,
They didn't know
38
what
special,
they-
and Iron Maiden.
Yeah, they didn't know.
I
Whether,
mean, what?
They didn't know whether they were rock or if they were country or whatever.
Yeah.
They weren't sure.
It was Tony Villarreal was up here a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
We were
yeah.
talking, and he was talking about some Air Force base, and I said, "Did they schedule you guys between the puppet show?" And
Right. You know, I get to playing on about 130 hours, 120 hours. Yeah, that's about 30 minutes, give or take.
Yeah, and then
Fred
the,
Willard.
the tower kicks. Flight 104. You gotta be coming across the amplifier.
So such a great.
fly the
There's
coat. Don't
so
fly
many
the
good moments in that movie, but one of my favorites is when Fred Willard's talking to them, and he goes, "I don't want to stand too close to the band, or I don't want to stand too close. They might think I'm part of the band." Just kidding, of course. Because his hair's like my hair's getting a little long. And
Yeah.
So that show is April the 3rd. Armageddon, Rat Trap, and Powerage
there you go, AC/DC, Def Leppard, and Rat.
all together.
That'd be a good show.
Yeah. The American Ruse, which is
Oh, the MC5.
you go.
MC5 tribute.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
right there in the
Bogdan, with special guests Bogdan and Absentee. So that's Saturday, April the 4th at the
April 4th.
Amazing Token Lounge here. Yeah. And then we got Mick Blankenship.
Mick.
Not
Mick
sure.
with an M.
With
Mick
an M.
Blankenship.
Mick, yeah. What did I say before? Nick?
No, you said Mick.
Did I say Mick? But yeah, I'm not sure who he is, but I'm sure he's got to be pretty good if John's booking him. That's all I got to say.
Yeah,
about that.
John don't mess
Yeah,
around.
That's April the 10th, 7:30. Then we got these guys. I don't like these guys. No.
Fire Lake. We got
Fire
Pete
Lake
Falk's band coming
yeah.
up.
This Fire Lake band with
Who's
that,
playing with 'em?
that secret tribute, Mars Radio.
Okay.
That's another Don Scarcella and Randy
Oh, is
Peevler
it?
production, I think.
What
Yeah.
do they do? They just
I'm not
watch
sure.
that?
I just
Yeah.
have seen them
Yeah.
posting about it.
Okay, so that's April the 11th, 7:45. Fire Lake and Mars Radio.
There you go.
Then we got Carry On. Now, who would you think?
Remember I said I
We
thought this might have been
it-
Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas.
It's got to be CSNY, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young.
That
And,
can't be easy to do.
Oh, you better be good.
Yeah,
let me
that's
tell you.
yeah. That's a
tell you.
thankless gig there.
You better have some vocals there, son, or something. That is April 12th at the beautiful Token Lounge, at the one and only Token Lounge.
The icon.
Yeah, the iconic.
Iconic.
Nick's got it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good one.
And then we have Michigan
Oh, that's Fleetwood Mac.
Stevie Nicks Fleetwood Mac Experience.
She looks like her.
Street Angels. That's Stevie Nicks Fleetwood Mac Experience there. That's April the 17th at the
Here's
wonderful,
an Iron Maiden.
beautiful, and Ozzy, Sins of a Madman. So we got the Iron Maiden tribute, which is called, man, I messed up here. Where's my page at? The Ultimate Iron Maiden tribute, Eyes of the Nile.
Okay.
And
The
with-
ultimate.
The Ultimate, yeah.
All other tribute bands pale in comparison.
With Ungodly Terror in My Own Backyard, yeah. But you got Eyes of the Nile, which is that Iron Maiden tribute, and then you got Ozzy tribute, Sins of a Madman, and that's Saturday, April the 18th, at the wonderful, beautiful
Token Lounge.
Token Lounge.
Alrighty.
28949 Joy Road. We got more, man.
You can go all the way into September, man.
Must have booked a few more.
We've got a good hour plus show going. So
Brother Kane. Now those guys were around
Damon Johnson.
for a minute. Yeah,
Damon Johnson.
yeah, they were around for a minute. And those guys are coming in on April 24th. Brother Kane. Then we got Stickmen featuring Tony Levin, Pat Mustelio, and Marcus Reuter.
I've seen them before. They're great.
Drummers.
are they?
Well, Tony Levin is the bass player from.
Oh yeah.
He's played with everybody, but from King Crimson is where most
no
people know him.
kidding. Wow.
And then Pat Masalato, I think is how you say it. I never can say his name, but he was the drummer in Mr. Mister, and he was also a drummer in King Crimson.
No kidding.
Yeah.
My brother'd like to come up and
then
see
Mark
that.
Reuter. That should be a good show. That is April the 19th.
They play on those Chapman sticks. You know where they tap? It's all
Yeah.
tap.
Yeah.
I saw it at the
Wow.
Magic Bag once.
So then we got Brother Kane. We said that's April 24th. Then we got this Guns N' Roses tribute, Paradise City, and the Zoo, which is a Scorpions tribute, and that's April 25th.
I think that's Brian's band. I think that's Brian Thomas's Scorpions band, the Zoo.
Oh,
I
is
think
it?
so. Yeah,
Yeah.
he said that. I think he said that
Okay.
to us. Yeah, and then we got the Babies. The Babies. Hey, what was their hits?
Oh,
They got a bunch.
Yeah, yeah.
Head first.
I was so lonely
she gave
until
me
I
head
met
first.
you.
You're
Told
back on my
myself I'd
feet
get
again.
by without love.
Yeah, there you
Great
go.
tune.
See,
Yeah.
we all know it. Midnight Rendezvous.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
another
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Isn't it time?
Yeah,
I like them, and I liked April Wine too, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
So that's
They
that's-
like to rock.
That should
Yeah.
be a good show, man. That's Friday, May the 1st. Doesn't they say May the 1st?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And that's it. That's all.
Well, very good then. I'm glad you got through all that.
No
Because
doubt,
I know
man. That was tough.
Johnny likes to book way in advance, and
Yeah,
he does.
So he can take a vacation. And
There you
Well,
go.
I'll tell you what. Well,
worry
let's
about
get
that.
back to Nick here, and because we're going to get ready to call it a night here. Now you know this is live, so if you're looking at Facebook, you can find it.
you can find it live on YouTube and recorded on Facebook.
That's correct. And then Marty, you always
can go,
send me a
You can go
copy.
to YouTube and look under Taylor Uncovered, bypass all my other
Podcasts.
and then you'll see all the podcasts for this.
Okay. Now we want to get back to Nick because we're going to let him plug the store and any type of shows that you got coming up.
Well, first, I guess coming up first is Twist and Tarantulas will be at Autorama next weekend.
Oh, you guys are playing down.
We-
Okay.
yeah, this is I think it's like maybe the 20th year the band's done it. I've done it. This will be my 12th.
No kidding.
Yeah, so
Damn it, Nick.
Yeah, we do it. We play Saturday and Sunday, 2, 4, and 7 on Saturday, and 3 and 5 on Sunday.
And that's at the Autorama downtown.
Yeah,
Correct?
yeah, we're in the basement by all the rat rods.
Oh, I've had a car there, all right.
But
I want to tell you the cars I had there, but you don't have enough time right now.
we got that coming up, and then I mentioned the Kiss band, Undressed to Kill. We are playing in Grand Rapids in May, and then I think we're going to do the Caju in Detroit in June. So those are the things I have coming up gig wise. And then the store always has something exciting going on.
Yep.
We got a artist in store event we'll be announcing in the next few weeks that I think is going to be really cool, going to be really exciting. And
Well, you need to let us know. We'll shoot you a note on,
Yeah.
on next week's show or something.
yeah, I think we'll you probably announce it like mid-March. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll let you guys know.
Okay,
but
yeah.
But yeah, you can check out Rock City Music Company on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We got all that stuff.
You name it.
You're on all that.
Yeah, we're on all that. You can visit our website, rockcitymusicco.com. You can
There you
see all
go.
the in-stock products and all the great stuff we got coming up.
I think I'm coming over there tonight.
And
when
you're
we
in.
leave, I'm going to go there.
You're in Livonia.
Yes,
On 5 Mile Road.
33425 5 Mile Road,
And
across from Bates.
Slowly with the
Phone number 734
Yep.
744 5462.
That's the number, folks. Call that because I bought many guitars, and Nick's always given me a great deal. Not because he knows me, but just because that's the type of guy he is, man.
Yeah,
We're
mostly because I know him, though.
we're gonna head out with some songs from who?
Is it God's Made Love or is it Mars Radio? Which one is it?
Made Love, and it's called Velvet Baby. And you hear it?
There it is.
There you go, Randy Peeler.
God bless you all, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.